Melania. So my plan has actually changed a lot as I've gotten older. My goal and mindset was straight, I'm going to New York. And my dad always predicted I'd be into theater, and then I was, and then the plan was NYU or Juilliard, some kind of art school that is in New York. And then it all kind of got real this year, and my dad had to sit me down and have a talk and be like, I don't know if I want you going to New York because it's such a political central.
Yeah.
And it's if something bad might happen, that's a highly plausible place for something bad to happen. Post-secondary, I'm still unsure of exactly where I want to go, but pursue some kind of post-secondary education, likely in theater, possibly minoring in psychology if it's possible, because I've been told that I'm really good and at reacting to people's feelings and dealing with people's feelings and things like that. And I guess now it's looking like staying in Canada for my post-secondary career, and then hitting that 5th year mark of my 5 years, I'm probably gonna then leave Canada. And I think because I'm staying in Canada for my post-secondary education, it's looking like I'm probably gonna leave either extra far away or leave and stay there for longer than I was thinking.
So your end goal is to be something in TV.
Yes.
Film.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the end. And a lot of the thing that I had to look at when I was younger and things like that. Well, actually, when I was younger, it was mainly theater.
Yeah.
But now that I've looked into it, I don't see myself pursuing theater as a career, but more as a thing I enjoy. I want to pursue film as my career aspect of it, but you can't necessarily study film acting. There's nothing that's you can get a full degree in film acting. Maybe it's film or studying film or film history and stuff like that. But that's not really on the dot of what I want to do. And growing up in an art school, theater has influenced how I am able to act on camera and in film so much that I'm able to, hopefully I'll gain transferable skills from pursuing theater in post-secondary that will then go over into film if I pursue it in my future.
Yeah, that's what most people do, David Cornsbutt. Come on. He did that.
I'll start off with the most recent thing I learned, because at the end of each show season, because we have a big show and it's called Drama Ensemble, and that's the big show that the school produces, drama major specifically.
Yeah.
And it's audition, it's not you're immediately in drama week where it's just you're a drama major and that's all you have to do. And at the end of each show, it gets really sad and everyone's really sentimental about things, and a lot of the feelings that I felt previously was I'm really, really sad it's over. And you kind of just dwell in that sadness, and you don't really find happiness within that. But at the end of this year, Miss Everson told me, or she told the whole group, the thing about theater is that it takes place for a specific, takes place at a specific time for a specific group of people. And that's the special thing about theater, is that only a specific audience gets to see it and gets to be within it. And I feel that helped me find the joy in a production or a show being over. Yeah. And that's the core thing that I carry with me now when I produce things, is to be in the moment when that moment is the performance, but then to move on and be happy that the crowd that got to see and the group that meant to see that's what was meant to happen. I feel it's a little bit of a fate type thing about it, but that's the core thing that I've learned from my teacher when it comes to my future, what I carry with me all the time.
Yeah.
And then I just learned a lot of collaborative skills throughout drama major and stuff like that. I think I'm actually a big fan. This recently came to me this year that I started doing it though, because I made a goal for myself to spend time not watching just movies for the entertainment of it, but I also spend time, I rewatch a lot of movies to specifically look at the acting details, and I pause and write stuff down and I see the stuff. But what I've gained and gathered from a lot of the interviews I see from the professionals I look up to is about authenticity as an actor specifically. And I feel you see, and everyone knows this when it comes to casting, all of that, you want to stand out and you want to be different, but you can't do that by, you can't go out of yourself and continue with that, because especially with auditions and things, you have to be able to replicate it, when if you move forward in the casting process and things like that. But the thing that I see people succeeding a lot with is having that authenticity and then that really, really strong sense of self that gets them so far. And I feel with acting, you are under the impression that a lot of it is character, and it is, but that sense of self that you carry yourself with, and that sense of self that is within you is what expels outwards towards all of it, and that's what goes into the characters and stuff. And if you're able to separate yourself from the characters, then you're able to replicate it so much more, and it doesn't have any emotional damages or anything.
That's so cool. Who do you think is your biggest inspiration for that? I mean,
kind of corny, very, very not niche, but I have to say Zendaya.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Actually, yeah, I have to say it. Zendaya, or when I was younger, I have to say Halle Bailey. When she was in The Little Mermaid, that was and I wasn't even that young when that happened. I didn't remember, I was 14 or something. Yeah. But I saw all the little girls who were freaking out because we got a black Ariel, and I felt the same way about it. So it was interesting to see all the different age groups of people seeing that. And I think just because of like it being able to represent so well and being such a, like, and then that got me into like farther watching more of her roles and things like that. And I feel like she became a role model for me through that. But then Zendaya, performance wise, like she's such a good person to study and to just look at and like really engage with all of her interviews and the things she does online. Like, because everything she does now is so intentional, and it's like if you see Zendaya in something, you know she believes it's good, and I feel like that's something I would like to hold myself to or be able to hold myself to in the future. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's like with the whole Euphoria cast thing.
Oh, okay, so I have, this is really funny, I have Black Panther, then I have Sinners, which, absolutely love that one. I have the first Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse, fantastic. So and then I have, Soul. I feel like each one of those has different, like, things that I, like, seek out in different aspects of, like, my career and then my personal self.
Yeah! Bye!
Thanks for watching!